What we're seeing now with respect to the treatment of the people at Camp Liberty is a systemic failure of the United Nations, its entire system. The UN assistance mission in Iraq acts as though it's a paid agent of the al-Maliki government in Baghdad. The UN High Commissioner for Refugees and the Undersecretary General for Coordinating Humanitarian Assistance in New York are failing to uphold their mandates. And the UN system as a whole is once again being thoroughly discredited. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, someone I've known personally for over 20 years, I think is not fully informed about what's happening. But in any event, he is making a huge mistake on his own behalf and behalf of the UN if he doesn't correct matters instantly. But first and foremost, the High Commissioner here in Geneva has to stand up for his own mandate. And the UN member states and the non-governmental organizations who do humanitarian work around the world have to wake up to what's happening and fast. Now let me run through some important points here that seem to get lost in the debate. First, the Secretary General's Special Representative for UNAMI is not the czar of the UN system in Iraq. And in fact, the Security Council of the UN has repeatedly recognized that the role of the High Commissioner for Refugees in Iraq is not subordinate to Martin Kobler or UNAMI. In the most recent reauthorization of UNAMI in Resolution 2061 of July of last year, in preambular paragraph 12, I just want to say this so everybody knows where to find it, the Security Council said specifically that it endorsed the important role of the High Commissioner for Refugees in coordination with UNAMI on these issues, not under UNAMI's direction, in coordination with UNAMI. Kobler is suffering from what in the U.S. State Department we call clientitis. He thinks he works not for the United Nations and its member governments, but for the government of Iraq. And I think his position at this point is simply hopeless. That's why within the UN system we need the High Commissioner and we need the Undersecretary General for Coordinating Humanitarian Assistance to assert themselves.